Welcome, welcome, beautiful Libra. It is so good to be with you again. If you're new here, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help this channel grow, and I would be so honored to have you as a part of this community. Let me catch my breath because we have a lot to talk about. June 2026 is here, and it is not just another 30 days on the calendar. This month is a powerful threshold, a transition point between deep inner processing and a more radiant, outward expression of who you are. The major story unfolds like a slow reveal. For most of the month, we are navigating a deeply emotional, watery energy. But as we close out June, the fire signs take over, inviting you to step into the spotlight. For you, Libra, this is a month where the heart's quietest whispers finally get permission to speak out loud. We're going to walk through the shifts in love, career, and your personal growth. So let us begin. The first major transit to note happens on June 1st when Mercury, the planet of communication, slides into the nurturing, sensitive sign of Cancer. This puts Mercury in your 9th house, the sector of travel, higher learning, and philosophy. At the very same time, a powerful full moon lights up the sky in Sagittarius. For you, this is a cosmic cocktail that asks a very direct question. What is your truth? The full moon in your 3rd house of communication makes you acutely aware of how you express yourself, especially with siblings or neighbors. You might find yourself suddenly oversharing an emotion you've been holding in, or conversely, finally having the words to ask for what you need. Let the emotional atmosphere guide you, not panic you. Mid-month brings a new moon on June 15th in Gemini, lighting up your 9th house once again. If you've been thinking about booking a trip, going back to school, or simply breaking a limiting belief that has been holding you back, this is your moment to plant that seed. You do not need a plane ticket to travel. Libra, a new course, a new book, a new conversation with someone from a different background can expand your world just as much as a passport stamp can. Now, let's talk about the biggest news of the month, which actually arrives on the very last day. On June 30th, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, enters Leo for the first time in over a decade. This is massive. Jupiter in Leo lands in your 11th house of friendships, community, and long-term hopes. Starting at the tail end of June and lasting for the next year, your social life is going to blow up in the best way. You're going to attract powerful, generous, creative allies who want to see you win. If you have felt lonely or like you were carrying the weight of your relationships alone, that dynamic is about to shift drastically. But before we get to that glorious expansion, we have to walk through the review period, because Mercury goes retrograde on June 29th in the sign of Cancer. Let's break down how this plays out for you in the main areas of life. In love, Venus spends the first part of the month in Cancer, harmonizing with your sign, which makes intimacy feel easy and natural. But on June 13th, Venus shifts into dramatic, fiery Leo. This puts the love planet in your 11th house. Single Libra, you are likely to meet someone fascinating through a friend or a group activity. Do not sit at home waiting for a text. Go to the party. Say yes to the networking event. Attached Libra, you and your partner might remember why you are such a great team when you are out in the world together, supporting a common cause, or just enjoying a concert. The key this month is to stop overthinking the relationship and start experiencing it. The Mercury retrograde that begins on the 29th might bring an ex back into your orbit or a text from a former flame. You do not have to respond. Just notice the pattern. Let it remind you how much you have grown. When it comes to career and money, the energy is steady but requires a lot of emotional intelligence. Mars is moving through your sector of shared resources, which means you might be dealing with loans, taxes, or inheritances. Do not bury your head in the sand. Be the responsible Libra you are. A financial decision made in the first week of June will feel very different by the time the retrograde starts on the 29th. So try to wrap up major financial signings before the 20th if possible. The true magic for your career happens on June 30th when Jupiter enters Leo. This transit unlocks your network. The person you help today could be the person who hires you tomorrow. Do not think of networking as a chore. Think of it as making friends who also happen to be ambitious. For your health and mindset, June asks you to soften your inner critic. The water sign energy of the first half of the month makes you incredibly empathetic, but it can also lead to emotional burnout if you are not careful. You might find yourself worrying about someone else's problem as if it were your own. Stop. Neptune is still moving through your 6th house, which can make your energy feel a little foggy or unmotivated. Honor that. Some days, the most productive thing you can do is take a nap or a long, slow walk. By the time we get to the full moon on the 30th in Capricorn, you will have a crystal clear moment of clarity about a health habit that has been holding you back. You might finally be ready to quit that one thing that has been draining you. When it comes to your personal growth, Jupiter's shift into Leo is a total game changer for your soul. For the last year, Jupiter has been in Cancer, asking you to get comfortable with vulnerability in your career. Now, as it moves into Leo, it is time to enjoy the fruits of that labor. You are being invited to step out of the role of the diplomat and into the role of the king or queen of your own life. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. If you have a big dream, share it. The right people will not laugh at it. They will help you build it. So here's a summary for your June, Libra. The first half of the month asks you to listen to your emotional body and to speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. The second half invites you to let your hair down, connect with your community, and prepare for a year of major social expansion. You are walking out of the shadows and into a room full of people who are cheering for you. If you want the most accurate reading, make sure you check your rising sign as well, because that tells us exactly where these transits are hitting your chart. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit that like button if this resonated with you, and subscribe so you do not miss next month's reading when the skies get even more active. Sending you so much love. I will see you in the stars next month. Good luck.